Nine's New Year's Eve celebration, brought to you by Toyota, American Express, and Harvey Norman. If you remember New Year's Eve 1999, you probably weren't there. But don't worry, the National 9 Network proudly gives you the chance to join the official last party of the century. Please welcome your hosts, Carolyne, Randoe and Richard Wilkins.
Good evening to you wherever you are around Australia. Welcome to the 9 Network's exclusive coverage of the Sydney Harbour New Year's Eve fireworks display. What a sight it is, Carolyne. This is the first time you've experienced this amazing occasion.
It is. It's my first time at the Opera House, and what a place to be. I mean, but of course, we're not just celebrating the end of what's been an incredible year, but of course a big birthday party with the Centenary of Federation.
It's always amazing when we congregate to celebrate. Let's go! Fireworks, New Year's Eve. and the passion of the fireworks over Sydney Harbour. And I tell you what, a lot of people have been burning the midnight oil to get that together. Just amazing, wasn't it?
What a fantastic way to start the night. And of course, that fireworks display was by one of Australia's leading pyrotechnic operators, the Foti family, and their involvement in the business can be traced back to 1793 in Italy.
They've been letting off crackers for years, the Fotis. The music was put together by Peewee Ferris too, a master club music DJ, did a terrific job.
Well, look, there's plenty more entertainment and some really wonderful acts coming up just after the break. Stay with us here at the Sydney Opera House.
Once there was a time when this town was so high we could never come down.
American Express, proud sponsor of the Sydney 2001 New Year's Eve fireworks.
You want to be alone?
Oh, no. Silly, I started doing this to be part of the crowd.
Me too. I'll just quit. Nickerbait.
Oh, what about the cravings, though?
Well, I'm not going to jump if that's what you're thinking. No, Nickerbait's good on the cravings. It's strong, it's with you 24 hours. That helps.
With your willpower, Nickerbait can help you stay calm, in control, and quit.
Quit, huh?
Join the crowd.
Look out! It's Eric the crocodile!
Enter the lost world of reptiles.
The new look Australian Reptile Park is now open, and it's the best family fun day out.
Guaranteed to make you smile. Come and see the crocodile at the Australian Reptile Park.
Come and see me sometime. Discover the lost world.
This is my summer holiday. As you can see, it's very organised.
No more working for
Wait,
a week
Dad.
or two. Fun and laughter on our summer holiday. No more worries for me or you for a week or two.
Harvey Norman and Samsung Electronics would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our customers for their support as we continue to look for ways to provide you with technology products for a better future. From everyone at Samsung Electronics and Harvey Norman, we wish you and your family all the best as we celebrate the new year.
This week on A Current Affair, Australia's first community phone company.
The big corporates deserted us.
With amazing bargains like 30-cent STD calls.
Smile on our dolls instead of a frown.
Plus the footy fan who always puts his team first.
Go!
Even the head of his family.
It's really quite sick.
Now, one last chance to save his marriage.
You've either got to lose this obsession or you're going to lose us.
And why we need pets in the workplace.
Less stress and tension.
Nissan presents A Current Affair.
Welcome back to Sydney Harbour on New Year's Eve. We're broadcasting tonight from the forecourt of the Opera House, which is the venue for the Lord Mayor's mask party. You need one of these masks to get in. Now, the theme for tonight is baroque, and just when you think you've seen everything, this is a troupe from New Zealand. Some pretty weird stuff's come out of New Zealand over the years. I'm here to tell you. This is a production called Gait. Caroline, you've been doing your homework.
I have been doing my homework, Richard, and they're called Urban Safari, and basically it's a combination of stilt walking, as you can see, and masterful puppetry, which is really quite terrifying. But they're quite incredible, and we've got here a gentle herbivore, and there's aggressive carnivores as well.
G'day.
So basically, as you can see, they're pretty scary looking things. But
so this one seems nice, but this one seems hideous.
Yeah, here we've got as I said before, the aggressive, voracious carnivore called the kennel pig, and the cantaloupe behind me stands 3.5 metres high. Now this one is, you don't fancy standing right there. This one's a lot more gentle, and it's the herbivore. And of course, the play itself is about the interaction between the creatures and their extraordinary lives.
Well, we might let them go and work the room and get out of their way, I reckon.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
All right.
These are dangerous animals, so do stay where they are. These are not friendly toys. Watch him, mate. Watch him. Now, these creatures were discovered in the Urewera Ranges in the North Island of New Zealand. These are a pack animal. They are a pack animal, these creatures, and they do live in a hierarchy as well. This is the main man right here. This one's called Vito. That's the main man right there. This one's called Benny. He's the leader of the pack, and that one over there, that's his mate Beaver. That one over there, that's the upper force. Sorry guys, this is a dangerous wild animal. Wild animals. Now watch him up the front now. Watch him now, watch him.
Well, they certainly are amazing creatures, aren't they? It's called Outdoor Stilt Theatre, Urban Safari from Gait Productions from New Zealand. Might have suspected they'd come from New Zealand.
They're quite terrifying, really, aren't they? Well,
now we're going to go to the harbour.
We are. It's time to cross out to the harbour where hundreds of craft have moored, and of course amongst them is a piece of maritime history with the lovingly restored tall ship.
Patane.
Actually, the James Craig. Mari, how's it going over there?
Hello, we are having a fantastic time. I would have to be in the best spot in the harbour tonight. I'm aboard one of the tall ships that you've probably seen floating back and forth the Opera House. It's called the James Craig, and it was operating around Sydney Harbour 100 years ago when that Declaration of Federation was signed. So, pretty special place to be. How are you guys going?
We're going terrifically. Who have you got on the boat there with you, Mari?
Now, I have got Hugh here with me. He is the chairman, or the general manager, sorry Hugh, general manager of the James Craig Group. Now, tell me, you're having a good time so far?
Absolutely
fabulous.
Oh,
it's fantastic, Mari. It's absolutely wonderful. There's loads of people here. And what about the food on the boat? I believe you're getting quite a feast out there.
We have had a huge feast so far. We've had fresh lobster, lots of champagne. There's a few people walking around a little bit dizzy, saying they're a little bit seasick, but I think it's because they've had a bit too much champagne. But Hugh here is here, and he's going to tell us about why the James Craig is such a special boat.
Mari, this is a very important boat, not just for Australia, but for the world, because it's one of only 4 19th century barks anywhere in the world still sailing. And it's the only one in the southern hemisphere, so it's a very, very important ship. And indeed, it's even more important because it was in Australian waters at the Declaration of Federation 100 years ago.
Now, I understand this boat has just undergone $14 million worth of restoration, so it is in its original state as it was back in 1874?
It's right back to where it was in 1874 with a few modern additions like radar and radio. But you can just look at the magnificent rigging here. There's over 20 kilometres of rope and wire up there, so it's a very authentic restoration.
And let me tell you, it is fantastic being aboard this boat this evening. The harbour looks amazing, and during those fireworks you couldn't hear a pin drop out here. It's quite a rowdy bunch we've got on board, and you'll meet a couple of the revellers a little bit later. Very noisy, but during those fireworks you couldn't hear a pin drop. It was amazing.
It was beautiful, really marvellous. And we're going to see the midnight fireworks from even closer up, so we're going to get even a better show for our guests.
I can't wait. Now, has there ever been such a huge party on this boat?
No, this is really our debut tonight. We've had smaller functions, but this is the christening, if you like, of this ship and its new life on Sydney waters.
Okay. Okay, well, look forward to catching up with you a little bit later.
Mari, I've got to tell you, that ship looks absolutely spectacular. The same light rope that was used for the Olympic rings on the harbour bridge is, you can't see it where you are, but we can see it from here. It looks fantastic, wrapped around the hull and the mast. Look at that.
And it is even more amazing to be on here and just see the 5 other tall ships around us. It's just been fantastic so far, and I can't wait to see those 12 o'clock fireworks from out here. It's going to be fantastic. Having a really tough time this New Year's.
Good on you. Well, just a reminder that the fireworks we saw earlier were just the warm-up. The main event coming up at midnight. We have lots more celebrations and surprises live from Sydney Harbour. Join us right after the break. We've got lots more coming up.
Everybody's talking about Malcolm.
He's a genius.
Who?
Malcolm. What?
Where do you think that came from?
It's a live-action Simpsons.
Drink your milk.
It's lumpy.
Then chew it.
The Emmy Award-winning comedy.
On paper, this was a great idea.
Australia's most engaging new series.
See, I'd like to leave a room and have people say, boy, smells like hell in here.
Proving there's nothing funnier than someone else's family.
Ew. I'll get the tongs.
Malcolm in the Middle, coming soon to Channel 9.
Harvey Norman and Samsung Electronics would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our customers for their support as we continue to look for ways to provide you with technology products for a better future. From everyone at Samsung Electronics and Harvey Norman, we wish you and your family all the best as we celebrate the new year.
Have you heard about Buller frozen fruit and yogurt? It looks like ice cream. It tastes like ice cream. It even sounds like ice cream.
Next year, 2001, is Australia's Centenary of Federation.
Commemorating the time in 1901 when, with a vote, not a war,
6 separate British colonies joined together to create our nation.
And every Australian is invited to make it a year to remember.
We'll be there! We'll be celebrating!
We'll be celebrating our achievements over the last 100 years.
With exhibitions and festivals.
Community projects and events all around Australia.
We'll be there!
We'll be celebrating!
It's a milestone year to share with our families, our friends,
and all our fellow Australians.
A time to rejoice in our free democratic society.
And a time to ask ourselves what kind of country we want for the future.
Australia's Centenary of Federation.
It's what we make it.
Okay, boys.
Bounce on, Barocca.
American Express, proud sponsor of the Sydney 2001 New Year's Eve fireworks.
bringing live pictures from Sydney Harbour, the forecourt of the Opera House, the venue for the Lord Mayor's Mask Party. And if you tuned in a little earlier and caught the fireworks, you would have seen these characters from Gait Productions in New Zealand. This is quite an amazing show, isn't it?
It certainly is, and they're still terrifying the guests here at the Opera House. And in the middle there is the safari guide, Dr. Wes Hall. Now, he actually so-called discovered these creatures, and what makes it interesting is the audience interaction, and he actually takes the audience on the safari as tourists on the safari, so everyone gets to experience the extraordinary life.
They've won awards all over the place for this bit of theatre. They're going to be working at Darling Harbour, I believe, during January, probably scaring everybody back into the shops.
It's quite terrifying. There's the aggressive carnivore, the kennel pig. Very frightening. Very
frightening. Speaking of which, we're going to go to Bradfield Park over the other side of the harbour where Gretel Killeen is. Now, I don't know what she's doing there because Gretel was supposed to be here. I don't know how you're there, Gretel, or what you're doing there. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I was supposed to be over there with you. I've got my shark mask on. And then they said I couldn't enter because of my footwear.
What's the matter?
And so, of course, being a very, very clever girl, I've decided that I would swim across the ocean. Is my hair all right, Richard, or does it look a bit like yours?
It looks sensational.
I'd swim across the ocean. I'd swim across where everybody's having a fabulous time. I'm over the other side of the harbour. One man got so excited at the last fireworks, he literally exploded. Now, as you know, people from all over the place congregate here. Look at this crowd, people from everywhere. Now, this year, we don't have the glow wands, but I think that's a good thing because last year people threw them up in the air and then they landed on our heads and people also died from that. Moving along, the hit this year is the trumpet, the farting trumpet, and of course the Australian national anthem, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. But let's go to some Channel 9 on-the-spot reporters. Oh, hello. Did you enjoy the fireworks? Yeah. Are you going to stay till midnight or do you have to go home to bed? Yeah. Oh. Hello? Did you enjoy the fireworks? What was your favourite one? What did it do?
It changed, the red one changed orange.
I have no idea what he said, but I think it was in English. Let's just meet these people over here. Hello, bonjour, out of the way, darlings. On we go. There's a classic Australian. Moving right along here. It's hard in the flippers, Richard. And here are the people who have been here all day with their barbecue. Okay, could we have one group leader, please? Who's the group spokesman? When did you arrive here?
11 o'clock today.
And how are you feeling?
Oh, feeling great. Just in 2001 already. Enjoying.
Have you got a New Year's resolution?
Yes, make more money.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself, make more money. Yeah.
Richard, I think we might get back to you. Are you having as much fun as we are?
Well, not quite as much as you, Gretel. I don't know if that's possible at all, but it's nice to get your slant on things. It's a little different here at the Lord Mayor's
Absolutely.
Mask Party.
I think she's a very brave lady amongst all that over there at Bradfield Park.
She is. Gretel Killeen and friends at Bradfield Park, and if you're heading in to watch the midnight fireworks, I think that's one spot to avoid. A comedian with a microphone on New Year's Eve, don't go there. And listen, this is apparently the world's most watched New Year's Eve celebration site, and we'll be back with lots more. So charge your glasses, settle back, charge your glass again, and join us for lots more coming up. New Year's Eve, the year 2000, here on the 9 Network.
See you then.
All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
Enter the lost world of reptiles.
The new look Australian Reptile Park is now open, and it's the best family fun day out.
Guaranteed to make you smile. Come and see the crocodile at the Australian Reptile Park.
Come and see me sometime. Discover the lost world.
Mary? Harry! Harry!
McDonald's new Irresistible Beach Burger. A delicious hamburger with a juicy slice of pineapple, cheese and sizzling bacon.
Mary? Mary?
McDonald's $2.95 Beach Burger. It's the taste everyone's screaming for.
Tomorrow is the first day of 2001 and the only day of the Super Cheap Auto New Year's Day sale. For tomorrow only, absolutely every piece of store stock in every Super Cheap Auto store is 20% off the marked price. 20% off tools, 20% off accessories, 20% off oils, additives and more. 20% off everything in every Super Cheap Auto store. Get in there! Tomorrow only!
Two legendary heroes come out of TV and into our world.
Oh my God, it's Rocky and Bullwinkle!
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Moose and Gretel!
We've never been in the real world before.
Don't worry, ma'am. We're animals. They'll forage.
Hey, check this out, hey!
Great, googly moogly.
Are you talking to me?
How did that happen?
I don't know.
The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
See us in cinemas from Thursday, January 11th.
American Express, proud sponsor of the Sydney 2001 New Year's Eve fireworks.
9:30 Tuesday.
We're having dinner, right?
I understand.
We're not having a fling.
It's a time for romance and friendships.
I got a crush on you.
A time when breaking the rules
You know this man?
could cost a career.
So a homeless man died this morning.
Was he a friend of yours?
You shouldn't have done that, Toby.
I know.
You absolutely should not have done that.
And it's also the time for a good man to fall.
What's going on with Leo?
This is no joke.
You don't have to tell me it's no joke, Josh. It's my life.
The West Wing, 9:30 Tuesday on 9.
New Year's Eve, Sydney Harbour, the Lord Mayor's mask party and these wretched New Zealand things. They might look cute and something from a distance, but they're downright disgusting up close, aren't
I'm
they?
really not too sure about them, especially this one's looking particularly aggressive, but I think there's a bit of salvation at hand.
Well, the whole vibe here is that these horrible things are representing the evil spirits of the year gone by, and here to rid us of the evil spirits is a big carnival procession. It's kind of a little bit spooky, a little bit mystical, a little bit magical, a little bit macabre, dare I say. What have we got there? We've got a bride and a coffin.
And of course it's all
Till death us do part. We might just settle back and watch the procession in action as it makes its way through the partiers here in the Lord's Mayor's party.
Continuing on, and of course you've got the Caribbean theme, Richard, and it's very bright and colourful, isn't it? I think it's a little bit macabre. What's going on with that coffin?
Well, yeah, the coffin there, I guess it symbolises the the taking away of the old memories, the bad stuff from the year gone by is we're seeing that stuff out, getting rid of the evil spirits. I guess those yucky things from New Zealand are part of the evil spirits.
Exactly, they've got rid of those. So.
And it's time to party, you know, this is the kind of, I guess it's the sort of thing you'd see in New Orleans or somewhere down the south of the States, where they do this sort of thing, you know, like out of those movies, you know, Harrison Ford running past and the lady leaping out of the coffin with a machine, you know, you've seen that.
Exactly, it's become quite a tradition to have these parades. I mean, I think we've had an African and a European parade in the last couple of years, and of course this year, the Caribbean theme.
It is actually like a giant movie set down here, isn't it? I can't tell you how thrilled I am with the weather, because every year for the past few years it's kind of threatened to rain or drizzle a bit and sort of dampen everyone's enthusiasm. But tonight there is not a cloud in the sky. It is just absolutely beautiful. A balmy Sydney evening, about 1 million people around the harbour, and we're down here at the Lord Mayor's Mask Party, which is a fairly upmarket affair, you'd have to say, I guess, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, and people have gone to a lot of trouble with these masks. I mean, they've worked really hard. Yeah. And of course, some of the outfits here are fantastic.
Some of them are, some of them are a bit dodgy. All right. Okay. Someone who's always impeccably groomed is our very own Mari Patane. She's out on the James Craig, and how's it happening out there, Mari? The boat's looking beautiful, I've got to say. Mari Patane, come on down.
Fresh prawns, 220 lobsters, 30 dozen scallops and 40 dozen oysters. So we've just had a feed, haven't we? And this is what it looked like.
Yeah, I can see the boat a little lower in the water there.
Delicious. And now we've got so many people from overseas on board tonight. We've got people here from Alaska, people here from Canada, people here from America, New Zealand, from all over the world, just to be on the James Craig tonight. And everyone's having a ball.
So it looks like you've definitely made lots of new friends.
We have also got a very special jazz band on board called The Mood, and they are going to do a little rendition of Auld Lang Syne for us, jazz style. They're really getting everyone into the New Year's mood.
Makes you realise just how many parties there are in and around the harbour tonight. It seems everybody is partying. Those scenes must be replicated all over the place.
Absolutely, and especially out on the harbour there. What a place to be.
None better.
Well, look, now, just taking time out from the madness and the mayhem, it's time to reflect on the year that was. And Richard's been taking a retrospective look at some of the major events that have shaped 2000.
It's hard to believe that it's been 12 months since we last converged to welcome in the new year, the new millennium, a giant party that spread throughout the world. It was a year that saw distinguished immunologist Sir Gustav Nossel appointed Australian of the Year and swimming sensation Ian Thorpe the Torpedo Young Australian of the Year. The year adventurer Dick Smith ballooned his way across the Tasman.
We won!
And we welcomed home our peacekeeping East Timor heroes with a ticker tape parade. In our own backyard, the sleepy islands of Fiji erupted in interracial and constitutional crisis as George Speight took charge at the end of a gun. The unsuccessful coup ending in island prison confinement.
Welcome home.
While over in Perth, Alan Bond found himself out of prison and enjoying a new freedom. And while the might of Russia's land and air forces attacked a small, defiant Chechnya, A very different power struggle was taking place in America, involving a little Cuban boy by the name of Elian Gonzalez. It was the year real-life drama struck the Academy Awards with the heist of the Oscars, later discovered by a junk collector in a dumpster. They fortunately made it back in time for the big night when two went to the Australian-made special effects blockbuster, The Matrix. March saw a visit of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II to Australia, returning home in plenty of time to celebrate that most loved of all royals, the Queen Mother's 100th birthday bash. On the cricket field, it was Shane Warne's record year of 356 wickets, Shane also making news off the field with the British press. But the Red Face of the Year award goes hands down to Hansi Cronje.
I find myself in an awful predicament brought about by my own foolishness.
The match-fixing scandal eroding much of the credibility of the gentleman's game. Sadly, it was the year that also saw the passing of some of our greats. Australian marathon swimmer Des Renford, champion activist for Aboriginal rights and justice Charles Perkins, and the father of Australian commercial television, Bruce Gyngell. But it was a year that gave a whole new life to two little babies, Siamese twins who were separated by the brilliance of an Australian surgical team. Sadly, the year was not without its disasters. The devastating floods in New South Wales, the crash of the supersonic Concorde in France, the horrifying tunnel fire in Austria, and the help that came all too late for those Russian submariners trapped in the ill-fated Kursk. It was the year that saw thousands march across the bridge in that reconciliation war, while in the Northern Territory, a mandatory jail sentence was handed out for stealing biscuits. We saw new competition in the air, Impulse Airlines and Virgin Blue, and of course the year 2000 saw the introduction of the GST, which arrived just in time to add 10% to the price of the latest Harry Potter adventure. Over in the States, they had big problems counting votes. Al Gore and George W. Bush turning to the legal eagles and the Supreme Court to try to figure out who'd get the biggest gig on the planet. But undoubtedly, the year 2000 will be remembered as the year the Games returned to Australia. And for 2.5 magical weeks of Olympics, plus a similarly splendid and inspiring Paralympics, Australia basked in the world spotlight, experienced a new feeling of euphoria, and as those 5 famous rings beamed down from the bridge, produced the best games ever.
The year will certainly be remembered for a number of things, and I guess for those of us who were lucky enough to be in Sydney during the Olympic Games, the year 2000 will be always remembered as the year the Games came to town. It was an amazing experience.
Absolutely. You look back at that tape and it's just amazing how quickly it's gone, Richard. It's just flown, hasn't it?
As we said at the beginning, 12 months, whooshka, where did it go? I remember when those 5 Olympic rings were up there, it was just magic, but of course they're set to be replaced tonight by the Federation Star and
of course the Rainbow Spirit. And the theme of the whole celebrations this evening is 100 years as a nation and millions of years as a land. And of course that's a very strong symbol of reconciliation, encompassing the past, the present and the future.
Yep, those 100 candles we saw are going to count us down to midnight. But whether you're looking forward to next year or whether you're celebrating the passing of the year 2000, tonight is definitely a night to remember, and we're thrilled that you're doing it with us here on the 9 Network right around Australia. Thanks to our sponsors and our friends bringing you this telecast. We'll be back with much more after the break.
Yes, enough of you, baby.
American Express, proud sponsor of the Sydney 2001 New Year's Eve fireworks.
Want to see something big this summer? Come to the National Maritime Museum for some big summer fun. Enter Smugglers, the secret world of Australian customs, with fun activities and family theatre shows daily. Don't miss the last chance to see the magnificent tall ship Batavia. Board the restored James Craig and resident vessels Submarine Onslow and Destroyer Vampire. See all this and more on one value-packed big ticket at the National Maritime Museum, Darling Harbour.
The Ansett Australia Centenary of Federation test starts on Tuesday at the SCG. Last year, the first day of the Sydney test was sold out, so book early. Call Ticketek now.
Have you heard about Buller frozen fruit and yogurt? It looks like ice cream. It tastes like ice cream. It even sounds like ice cream.
Uh-oh, Knucklehead is pumped for a good time at Fox Studios. Didn't he know it's free entry? He could have brought the car. Will he drop into the 20 restaurants and cafes? Or maybe the 25 retailers? Catch a movie at 16 Hoyt's movie screens. Crush! He's into the markets. And all the fun of film and TV. Fox Studios, so much more than you expect.
Harvey Norman and Samsung Electronics would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our customers for their support as we continue to look for ways to provide you with technology products for a better future. From everyone at Samsung Electronics and Harvey Norman, we wish you and your family all the best as we celebrate the new year.
It's going to happen very soon. The great event which will end the horror, which will end the sorrow. Next Tuesday, when the sun goes down, I will play the Moonlight Sonata backwards.
Around Australia, and here we are, as you can see, Richard and I in the thick of it on the dance floor, but I hear a very familiar beat.
We have indeed. It's had the longest intro in the world. This song was a hit in the 70s. It was a hit in the 80s. It was a hit in the 90s when it featured in the movie Strictly Ballroom. It was a hit during the Olympics. In fact, the damn thing's been played to death. Let's be honest about it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage JPY with Love Is in the Air.
Everywhere I look around, love is in the air. Every sight and every sound, and I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in. But it's never when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of the tree. Love is in the air, in the thunder of the sea. And I don't know if I'm just dreaming, don't know if I feel safe, but it's something that I must believe. shout for you. Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. Love is in the air. Every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish. Don't know if I'm being wise. But it's something that I must believe in. And it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Oh, love is in the air. 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 Well, how you doing? I just gotta get rid of my.
There you go, the song that will never die. I guess if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. John Paul Young with Lovers in the Air.
I must confess, it is one of my all-time favourites.
So many people that on live national television. There you go. Good to see John Paul Young. He's going to be playing in the background now, but what we thought we'd do now is cast our eyes over to the harbour where this amazing flotilla of tall ships, 6 tall ships are parading around the harbour, and the one that's leading the charge is the one that's sailing under the Aboriginal flag tonight. It is, of course, Tribal Warrior. And this is sailing under the organisation Tribal Warrior Indigenous Maritime Training Program. It was built in 1899. It was originally a Torres Strait pearl lugger. A rigged Kent ship was originally named Nina, and it, as you can see, sails under the Aboriginal flag this evening. It looks magnificent leading the parade.
And of course, coming up after that is the spectacular James Craig that was built in 1874, and it's quite appropriate that she's here tonight because she was a trade ship in Australian waters when the Declaration of Federation was signed 100 years ago.
All right, the Bounty's out there, so the Svanen's out there, the ship's looking absolutely wonderful. And of course, the reason they're all lining up is to get a good glimpse at Gretel Killeen, who's over there at Bradfield Park with a whole bunch of her new friends. So I think we'll cross from our Baroque party to Gretel's Barocca party. Gretel, come in, please. Oh, there you go.
Here we are now. I've constructed an orchestra for us. Tell me if you can hear us calling you. Okay, go. Okay, that's enough, thank you. As you can see, we've mastered one note, and it's going quite well. Now, I actually asked 4 people to join this orchestra, but we seem to have amassed about 50. I don't know. That was you. All right, now who's come from the furthest afield?
Me! Kiama! Queensland!
All right, we've got Kiama, Queensland, Germany. Oh, would you like to say Happy New Year in German for us?
Brazil! Yeah.
And did I hear Chile? You want to say Happy New Year for us?
Feliz Año Nuevo!
And what's that, Chinese?
新年好!
Oh, we're going to hear it in American.
Brazil! Hi to everyone up here in America. I love you guys.
That's how we know it's American, because it finished with I love you guys. Okay, now, quiet or you'll all have to go home. Who's got a New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
What's yours?
We should live longer.
Do you know what a resolution is?
No.
Right, well, that's good that you're plugging that one. Have you got, you've got one?
Drink more beer.
Well, that's just stupid. What about yours?
I reckon it's to buy some more ritzy clothes like you.
Oh, well, that's a good one. All right, well, you've got a good one.
Yeah, no more drugs in the world.
No more drugs in the world. All right, who's looking forward to the midnight fireworks, or do you all have to go home? All right, and who can do impression of a firework for us. You can? Where are you from?
I'm from Cherrybrook.
Cherrybrook, how specific. Okay, that's very good. We're going to give you a live fireworks demonstration from a human being, Richard. Are you ready?
We're ready.
And action!
Stedford's got nothing on that one.
Gee, I think that's called a flop, Richard. I'll find you again soon.
Hey, listen, Gretel, I think if there's one enduring memory that I'm going to have of New Year's Eve of the year 2000, people are going to say, what did you do on New Year's Eve? I'm going to say, I tried to listen to Gretel Killeen conduct an orchestra while John Paul Young was blasting up. Oh, wonderful.
Not to mention the tiara.
The tiara. Thank you, Gretel.
But of course, New Year's Eve isn't just for grown-ups, it's for kids as well. And in fact, today, around 25,000 mums, dads and kids gathered in Sydney's Hyde Park for New Year's Eve just for kids celebrations. And our very own big kid, Brady Halls, was there.
This is New Year's Eve for under 12s. OK, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, but hey, at midnight, these guys are going to be halfway through their second dream. Kid culture is something new to me, but the mosh pit certainly isn't. Yes, that's right, a mosh pit. In a few years, they'll be dancing to Killing Heidi. Later, it'll be Shirley Bassey concerts. But at this stage, it's Monica and her friends.
It's really cool to go on an adventure, but you can't go on any adventure without covering up. Otherwise,
one shouldn't get complacent, though. Judging by the beefy security, these guys could do an illegal stage dive at any moment, or worse still, throw a soiled nappy. On New Year and Federation Eve, and depending on who you talk to, a new millennium, what's going through the minds of these young Australians? What do you like most about Australia?
The sport, because one day I'd like to play in Australia in soccer for the Socceroos. Going shopping and watching movies and all that.
You sound like my wife. Spending my money and watching movies. Do you like doing that? You should get to know her.
I like high-fiving in Australia.
You like high five? The Wiggles?
Yep.
High five?
Yep.
Monica?
Yep.
Brady?
Yep.
Tell me, what's the worst thing about Australia?
There's a lot of rubbish around. When the criminals were sent to Australia, and it was used as a jail. My cousin, because she'd be so mean.
Has she been a bit of a pain?
Yes.
What did she do?
She was doing this in the car.
She what?
She was doing this in my car and she will not let me look at the book.
Is that the worst thing in Australia right now, your cousin? It is? Having a dog isn't a good thing. Why is that?
Because it bites.
Oh dear.
And we have a dog.
And it bites you? Oh, naughty dog.
And my friend.
Gee whiz. This isn't a very good New Year for you, is it? What's our national dish?
Spaghetti. McDonald's. Different ice creams, apple and banana.
How do you think we'll live in the 21st century?
It'll be a happy place. We'll be an environmentally friendly country.
Where we'll have robots doing our housework.
Butterflies, castles, princesses.
That's the future? Wow, sounds pretty good. Back to the concert, and Monica may be hot, but these guys...
Getting the mic on procedure.
Are Mount Vesuvius. For those of you over 8 years old, they're high five.
It's great, we absolutely love the fact that the kids enjoy it, and so we have a great time too.
I've never spoken to 6-year-olds who want to rip your clothes off, you know?
Oh my gosh! That's good to know. It's if they're excited, we're excited. So. Yeah, but we won't be ripping our clothes off or anything.
It was like they'd been on red cordial all day. By afternoon's end, all that was left was a high-five hangover and the remnants of a good time.
Oh, wonderful. What a year it's been for High Five, huh?
Absolutely, a huge year, and that looks like a fantastic party. I'm sorry I missed it.
Brady's had a big year too. That report from Brady Halls, and nice to see Brady back at a current affair as a senior senior reporter there, and thanks for that report, Braids. I think fireworks and kids, you know, fireworks have this uncanny knack of bringing out the kid in all of us.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm looking forward very much to the midnight ones because they say they're bigger and better than ever, if that's possible.
We ain't seen nothing yet. We've got a big night ahead. Stick with us here, right on Channel 9.
Dog got the mighty, let me tell the news. My head got wet in midnight dew. Great God, I've been down on my bended knees, talking to a man from Galilee. My God spoke and he sounds so sweet.
Do I think you're a psycho? Yes, that's my future son-in-law.
Everybody is raving about Meet the Parents, the funniest movie of the year. Hilarious. It's impossible not to laugh.
Were you just sniffing my boxers there? No, dude.
Meet the Parents.
What can you do with that?
Now showing.
Can we get more for our money here? They know more about cooking than I do. They got more Barbies than you can poke a stick at. Now we can cook more than they can eat. Much more fun cooking outdoors. Good sirs, eat any more?
Well, when Blair and I met, he was a final year apprentice at Baker's Delight, and soon after I started working with him, and he completed his franchisee traineeship. We started as franchisees leasing our own bakery, and in 18 months we had enough of a deposit to buy the business. It's been a lot of hard work. We've actually seen the rewards of that now. I don't think we would be in the situation where we are now if we hadn't have joined Baker's Delight.
Really, Christopher, it's quite extraordinary. I don't have a birthday every day, after all. Not one card, nothing.
Refreshment!
Ah, Schweppes. At least there's something I can rely on. Now, where can that postman have got to? Honestly, at least you could have shared him. Cleaner, crisper Schweppes. Just a little more bite.
Look out! It's Eric the crocodile!
Enter the lost world of reptiles.
The new look Australian Reptile Park is now open, and it's the best family fun day out.
Guaranteed to make you smile. Come and see the crocodile at the Australian Reptile Park.
Come and see me sometime. Discover the lost world.
American Express, proud sponsor of the Sydney 2001 New Year's Eve fireworks.
Sharper images, clearer sound, widescreen, 9 digital.
Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lordy, my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my trouble but God. Don't nobody know.
Welcome back to the Nine Network's exclusive coverage of the New Year's Eve celebrations here on Sydney Harbour. Amazing scenes, an amazing night.
Absolutely, and those shots of the bridge, Richard, it just looks spectacular, doesn't it?
I'm having trouble hearing you. We got John Paul Young about, 25 feet away from us singing a long way to Pasadena, I think, if my memory serves me correct. The theme of the music in the opening fireworks was retro with a 2001 feel, and I think we all feel a bit like that tonight. We're saying goodbye to the old and welcoming in the new, and of course around 1 million people around Sydney Harbour tonight.
Absolutely, and they were getting out very early. Even this morning, some people were setting up camp, making sure they had the best position by the harbour for midnight when those fireworks just go off.
Just have a look at some of these scenes. Gretel Killeen, of course, in a great spot over there. Gretel Killeen and her team over at Bradfield Park, underneath the harbour bridge. People getting there early in the morning just to get a good vantage point. There they are, you can see the harbour bridge above them. Gretel, you having a good time?
Oh, we're having a great time. Everybody's terribly excited about the fireworks going off at midnight, aren't they?
Oh, it's just a fantastic place to be. Of course, people may have queued up to get a good spot around the harbour, but you, watching this television broadcast, are in the best seat in the house, and I hope you can stay there for the next couple of hours.
Absolutely, and being my first, Richard, this is just such an incredible experience. My first New Year's Eve, and I just couldn't have picked a better spot, could I really?
Yeah, well, it's really a magical place to be. Hope you can join us at 5 to midnight. We'll see you then when the world says Happy New Year. See you soon.
What good does it do me if I let it show? I let it show. I'll be able to do it again and again and again and again and again. Friday night, work is over. Soccer's over. I'm in clover.
Nine's New Year's Eve celebration brought to you by Harvey Norman, American Express and Toyota.
I look into the window of my mind. Yeah. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud? You could be so many people if you make that grab for freedom. What have you done today to make you feel proud?
Nine's telecast of the Sydney Harbour fireworks brought to you by Toyota, American Express and Harvey Norman. Welcome to Take 2 of the National 9 Network's Sydney Opera House New Year's Eve Mask Party with your hosts Carolyne, Randoe and Richard Wilkins.
Stadiums, Millennium Bridges.
Good evening to you and welcome once again to Sydney Harbour and the 9 Network's exclusive coverage of the New Year's Eve festivities at what is now officially the world's most watched New Year's Eve celebration destination. Where on earth would you rather be, Carolyne?
Absolutely nowhere, Richard. We've already had the spectacular 9 p.m. fireworks display, and it's only 5 minutes till the big one.
We are set to watch that bridge explode and the skies explode. We've had people partying right around the harbour, none more so than the folks here at the Lord Mayor's Mask Party here at the forecourt of the Sydney Opera House. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of what's been happening right here.
Now music brought us together, and music tore us apart. And day and night the song goes on, breaking my heart. Oh yeah, the radio in the morning, and on stage every night. I tell you, girl, it's so damn hard to get to sleep at night. Every night.
Well, John Paul Young may hate the music, but he's certainly been serving up giant slabs of us. Let's go up on stage, Caroline.
It's nearly time.
As you can hear on stage, they've been partying away here, and the man who's been keeping the festivities going is our very dear friend, Mr. Vince Sorrenti, the boy from Punch Bowl, who's been doing a terrific job here.
Hello,
hey.
Vince. How are you?
Vince, Caroline, Vince, Caroline, I can see you've already met.
Nice to meet you.
You've been doing a terrific job tonight, Vince. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Sorrenti, what do you say? You've mentioned some of the highlights. We were hearing you, Vince, of what's gone on in the year. For me, the highlight, I don't know how you got past the Olympic Games. What do you say? Caroline?
Well, I'd say that I guess the biggest highlight for me is actually just being here tonight. I mean, 12 months ago I was in Ballarat, and here I am New Year's Eve in Sydney, of course, between you two lovely gentlemen. Who would have thought?
That is pretty hard to beat. I didn't think the games were that big, Richard. Come on, there were 2 weeks where every Aussie was obsessed with sport, got drunk and didn't go to work. That could be any 2 weeks of the year if you ask me, but at least the trains ran on time.
Yeah, good point. You know what? The Australia Day Committee are right now thinking, who are we going to name Australian of the Year on January the 26th? Interesting to think about who's going to be Australian of the Year for services during the year 2000.
Who do you think, Richard?
Kathy Freeman.
Well, I'd have to go for Ian Thorpe again, sticking with sport, but my vote's with Torpedo.
The Australian of the Year, absolute no-brainer. It's got to be, without a doubt, Demir Dokic, Australian of the Year.
He had a blinder.
Had an absolute blinder in the year 2000.
Oh, he had a
standout performer. Forget about the Paralympic Games. What about the Paralympic Games? Forget the Paralympic Games. He would have got gold.
Hey, you know, people are celebrating the dawn of the year 2001, but we're also celebrating something else tonight, because these fireworks that we're about to see are the first thing that Australia is going to see in digital television. The Nine Network is about to start broadcasting in digital television in less than a minute's time. Of course, we're also celebrating...
TV this time. For all those 7 people out there with a digital TV, enjoy this.
Hey, we're also celebrating the Centenary of Federation, of course. What we see on this giant cake behind us, 100 candles exploding 2 per second, counting down. Just take a second, folks. Have a look and reflect
30 seconds away.
On this scene that we're watching right now. The coat of arms and fireworks there. We're coming down to 20 seconds to midnight, folks. Get ready to charge your glasses.
We'll
Here we go.
See if Stanley Kubrick in 2001 was right.
Oh, wonderful.
11,
wonderful.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. absolutely sensational. I think the Foti family should take a bow. Music by David Stannard, but those fireworks, how incredible was that?
I've never seen anything quite like it. Something like over 80,000 individual pyrotechnic effects we've just witnessed there. And of course, how about that bridge? The Federation star symbolising our young nation, and the rainbow spirit, a strong symbol of reconciliation, and I guess recognition that we'd be nothing without the land that our nation is built on, Richard.
Indeed, and quite fitting that it's on the bridge, which has been such a highlight of not only fireworks before, but throughout the past year it's seen lots of activity with Greg Norman carrying the Olympic torch across, and the big reconciliation march, the walk across the bridge. So wonderful fitting. I've had the pleasure of seeing plenty of fireworks here on the harbour, but it was something very different tonight, very special.
It was something a bit different.
Absolutely glorious, wonderful.
Well,
fantastic. Well, that brings to the end our coverage tonight. Just quite moving. You can really feel the elation in the air here. We'd like to thank you once again for sharing your New Year's Eve with us. I hope the new year brings you much health, happiness and prosperity. Just a reminder that tomorrow morning on the Today Show, you can catch Carolyne and myself and the team and Tracy Grimshaw with all the highlights of New Year's Eve, not only here in Sydney and Australia, but right around the world. On behalf of our colleagues and our friends at the Nine Network, it's our very great pleasure to say to you, Happy New Year.
Hope you've enjoyed it. Happy New Year.
Good night, Australia.
Bye-bye.